people in, but kind of dress up and have fun. And it seemed to us that it's a big world, and people can drop in and drop out as they choose. And there are those people that really go all for it, and the tattoos, and you wake them up at 3 o'clock in the morning and they've got a pompadour. So it's a pretty interesting group. But you're right, back then in the 70s, it was, I mean, at least what I understood to be strictly the music. But there was a look.
Sure. Yeah.
You see him on the streets in New York. He was rocking that pompadour, and it was pretty cool.
Well, tell me about some of the characters that you guys, once you started filming, you know, some of the characters that started popping up that were maybe more interesting than some others, or things that may be a little surprising to you there.
Well, the first thing is Ventura. We hadn't been there very long, and Pat pointed out there was a guy across the way. His entire face was tattooed.
Yeah.
His entire face. And that was sort of like, we got to do something about, do a film about him. So we went over and met this guy. His name is Teddy Boy Greg. And he's considered the most hated man in rockabilly. And he knows it, and he loves that title. And pretty much anybody in the scene knows who he is, and they go, oh, he's a jerk, this, that, and the other. And the more that people call him out on that, the more he loves it. And he's a barber. He does rockabilly. You know, he's a master barber. He's actually got a barber pole tattooed on his nose. So he was one of our first characters. And then it went from there, and we met a girl named Candy Kay at the Lake Havasu Rockabilly reunion. And she's this beautiful, stunningly beautiful English girl who's got tattoos everywhere. And then we met Danny B. Harvey, who's an amazing guitar player. And Danny B. helped introduce us to other people in the scene. And it sort of went from there. And then you can tell them some of the other people we met.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I won't say my favorite, but certainly one of my top favorites in our film is a guy named Jimmy Angel.
Yeah.
And we met Jimmy. We were at a place called Diva Cantina, which is a funky little Mexican restaurant bar with a couple of entertainment areas in Burbank. And we were there one night to actually see Danny B. Harvey play. We're sitting at the bar waiting for Danny to go on, and this guy walks by and who is all in black. He's got the Roy Orbison look. He's got hair that looks like Elvis, but he's probably about 5 feet 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
And Fred and I looked at each other and said, oh, who is this guy? Well, we got to meet him. And we met him, and he had his portfolio with him just in case anybody would be interested in asking about his life story, and he was ready to go. And 30 minutes later, he became a big part, or at least in our plans, a big part of It's a Rockabilly World. Jimmy Angel is now 80 years old. He still performs. He sounds fantastic. I don't know where he gets the energy from. He drinks milk on stage. I don't know if that's a tip of the hat to his mentor, Pat Boone, or not. But the guy's incredible. But he started in the 50s, and he's got stories that you just can't believe. So,
well, one thing, he doesn't know how to read or write.
He can't read or write. No.
Wow.
No.
But he can
but
sing.
He could sing and he could deliver. And in his words, which are featured in the film, he wants to be remembered as a 50s bobcat, and he wants to make a difference. He wants to get America back. So at 80 years old, he's still out there doing gigs, waiting for his fortune to return. He had a fairly decent career in the 50s and 60s, and like a lot of those guys, it went sideways. And he was in Japan for a while, and he's back now trying to eke out a living and keep performing. And there you go. So it's a pretty eclectic group that we feature in this film, not just singers and musicians, but people involved in the pinup side, people involved in the car side, people involved in the business side, not only in retail, but we have a record producer who is interviewed. We have a guy who produced 2 Stray Cat albums. It's a really, I think, inclusive look at this world. It's a great way to present to the world what rockabilly is all about.
Fever tonight, all right. Well, oh, baby, the skirt so wears so nicely and fits so tightly. Well, I got a fever tonight. Well, I wanna take you for a walk in the dark. I wanna kiss and hold you oh so tight. Come on, baby, be my everything. Come on, baby, let's get that ring. Well, ooh, baby, you sure got everything so nicely. Well, oh, baby, you fit so right and so tightly. Well, I'm telling ya, I got a fever tonight. All right. Oh, move on, boys. Well, I wanna take you to a walk in the dark. I wanna kiss you and hold you tight. Come on, baby, be my everything. Come on, baby, let's get that ring. Well, oh, baby, the sweaters you wear so nicely, just so tightly. Well, oh, baby, the things you do to me, you tear me up. Well, I'm telling ya, I got a fever tonight. All right. Well, I'm telling ya, I got a fever tonight. Well, I'm telling ya, baby, you got the fever in me tonight. Night. Well, out here, baby.
That's Jimmy Angel with Love Fever. Now, Jimmy, of course, is in the It's a Rockabilly World documentary. We're speaking with Brent Huff and Patrick Stack. There's a big international influence, too, which might be surprising to people. Huge all over the world. And you guys talk to a lot of people from other countries.
Oh, yeah, it's global. In fact, that's one of the chapters in our documentary is global because it is worldwide. And one of my favorite characters is a Japanese guitar player. James, you actually saw him play with Switchblade 3 at Las Vegas. Ichiro Sato, who learned about rock and roll from watching Back to the Future. Marty McFly was an influence.
That's amazing.
He's amazing. So he came over here, learned how to play guitar. He says if you want to learn judo or if you want to learn how to be a sushi chef, you go to Japan. If you want to learn how to rock and roll, you come here.
Yeah.
And that's why he's here. And you heard him. He's an amazing guitar player.
Unbelievable. Switchblade 3, just fantastic, yeah.
He's unbelievable. People will be amazed when they see the movie how good this guy is. So we wanted to get a little B-roll of Ichiro rather than just just him playing guitar. So Pat asked him, I said, well, you have any other talents? He goes, well, I do tap dance. We went to the subway in L.A., in North Hollywood, took him to the subway station, and he's an amazing tap dancer. And we said, how'd you learn how to do that? He said, from watching Sammy Davis Jr. videos on YouTube.
That's great.
He's great. Yeah, but anyway, and then the other guy, Brad Heyman from Switchblade 3, he's from Australia. The scene's all over the world. It's big in South America now. It's big in Japan. It's everywhere.
And I think it's something that you see, especially at a place like Viva Las Vegas or, Ink and Iron or some of the other festivals here in America where people do come from all over the world. And I've felt it here in Tennessee often. Especially out in Memphis, you go there and there are people, literally their one thing to do in life is to go see where Elvis and Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee Lewis, all these people recorded. So it's pretty eye-opening. So tell me about the goal, what you're wanting to accomplish with this documentary.
Well, we just want people to be aware that there is this subculture out there. And I think when people see this movie, subculture is not for everyone, but I think a lot of people could see this and have a connection. And there are people in our movie, one named singer named Dominic Pruitt, who's it's changed her life. Not that our documentary is going to change a lot of lives, but it could be something that people see and go, that's for me. I'm interested in that. And worst case scenario, it's a train wreck that you can't take your eyes off of. But we hope it's entertaining. I think it is entertaining. you'll get something out of it. You'll learn more about rockabilly, unless you're a true rockabilly purist. You'll learn more about rockabilly than you ever thought you would. I'm not a rockabilly guy, but I thoroughly enjoyed this subculture and these people. They're just fun to watch. It's a fun group and talented people, creative people that leave it all out there.
That's cool.
I was going to say, I think the bottom line for a lot of these people is they have an awful lot of fun. Why a subculture is attracting in the first place, I don't know. Some of these people may have been on the fringe of society and felt they couldn't fit in, but you get a lot of these people together, like at Aviva or an Ink and Iron or even at a club, and the music is a great beat. It's impossible to sit down, and people have an awful lot of fun, and I think it's a big attraction for the folks who are in the game. And Fred and I want to keep making movies, and we like to make movies about things that interest you. And so, from a financial standpoint, certainly we hope this does well. I think it's out there. But it was a lot of fun making, too. And, the people we met along the way, including you, have just been great and fun.
This is fantastic. And I definitely think it's something that people will connect with. And whether it is at the forefront in their mind and they have lived this life, or they've been searching and they realize, hey, you know what, this is for me. This defines who I am, which I think is really cool. Now, you've got a soundtrack coming out through Cleopatra Records. Is there a release date for that, as well as also the movie?
Not yet, on either count.
Okay.
I can tell you, we're in the process of signing up with the producers rep who will help us market this film, not only to broadcast entities, but through video on demand and streaming and foreign. And you mentioned Cleopatra Records, who we met, Brian Pereira, who is the founder of Cleopatra, through Danny D. Harvey. And as you said, he will be distributing the DVD, most likely, as well as a CD.
Okay. And
we may do two soundtracks, actually. A pure soundtrack from the film, of which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Brent, we have 23 or 24 different songs featured
something like that.
in the film. And we may do that and then release another called It's A Rockabilly World, where we compile other music that we weren't able to get into the film, but stuff that we just love.
Yeah.
And would love to be able to use. So
music inspired by the film.
Right.
There you go. There you go. That's it.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate the time. This is really exciting, and we'll continue to talk about this as developments occur. And just it's great to kind of get a background on this documentary and your experiences to it, too, which is really cool.
Well, James, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and let us know when you're coming back out here to the left coast.
You got it.
Someone told me about a gypsy woman, said she could get inside my head. I went down to the spooky side of town so I could have my fortune read. And she said, I think your heart is gonna pound when I tell you what I found. Make sure that you're sitting down for what I have to say. My prediction is he will be your destiny. A tall, dark stranger is falling for you hopelessly. You don't even need a crystal ball to see, so don't be sad. He's got it bad. I didn't know what to make of this. I didn't know what I should do. So I told my best gal all about it. Said this must sound crazy to you, but it's true. She said, you must be doing something right. Why would you put up a fight? Anyway, it's Friday night, so let's go hit the town. My prediction is he will be your destiny. A tall, dark stranger is falling for you hopelessly. You don't even need a crystal ball to see, so don't be sad. He's got it bad.